This tutorial video is called Solving Two-Step Equations. You should have just watched and done the Khan Academy module on one-step equations. Now we're going to do two-step equations. So we're going to write down number 1. It says 2x minus 4 equals negative 10. So 2x minus 4 equals negative 10. The first step you're going to always do is draw your line, just like last time. I always want you to draw that line. Okay? Now, this is what's different is now we have two different things going on, not just one. So this is going to sound very stupid, but this is how I want you to kind of think of this. Okay? You're X. You are X. And these are the people that are at your house. All right? Your mom says you need to kick some people out. There's too many people. Are you going to kick out your best friend that you hang out with, or are you going to kick out the other guy first? In your head, you should think, I'm going to kick out the other guy because I want to still hang out with my best friend. So we're going to get rid of this 4 first because he's further away. And we still just get rid of stuff by opposites. So the opposite of subtracting 4 is adding 4. And you have to do it on both sides. Those go away just like in the last video. This comes down, we just rewrite it. And then in your calculator, do negative 10 plus 4. If you do that in the calculator, you'll end up with negative 6. All right? That's the first step. There's 2 steps. That's step 1. Then it's just like what you did in the last video. Now mom's like, seriously, best friend has to go home now. So we need to get rid of the 2. Side by side is multiplied. So the opposite of multiplying by 2 is dividing by 2. Those go away. X equals. And then in your calculator, negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. And that's the right answer. All right? So 2 steps. The first step is you kick out the person you kind of know. The second step is you divide or multiply whoever your best friend is. So let's go write down number 2. Number 2 says negative 5 plus 3n equals 1. And your whole purpose is to try to figure out what n equals. So the first thing we do is draw the line. All right? Remember, you are n. So I know this is stupid, but in your head you're going to think, well, who's my best friend? And 3 is your best friend right now. So we're going to kick out the other guy. So what's the opposite of a negative 5? Well, that's a positive 5. We put positive 5 on both sides. These go away. That's a positive 3n, so 3n comes down. And 1 plus 5 is 6. Okay? Now your best friend has to go home. The opposite of multiplying by 3 is dividing by 3. That goes away. N equals 6 divided by 3 is 2. Okay? That's all you have to do. First step is you kick out the guy you kind of know, and then it's the same as the last video. You multiply or divide to get the other guy away. Okay? Let's do number 3 real quick. This one's a little different. 3 minus n equals negative 10. Well, this one doesn't have a number, and so you should remember from the other videos, if there's no number, the number is 1. So go ahead and write that in and draw your line. So you're n. Your best friend is this negative 1 here, so we're going to kick out this guy. The opposite of a positive 3 is a negative 3. These go away. And if that goes away, do you still see how it's negative 1n? You need to bring down negative 1n. And then in your calculator, negative 10 minus 3 is negative 13. Use your calculator if that's confusing. All right? Then best friend has to go home. The opposite of multiplying by negative 1 is dividing by negative 1. Those go away. N equals negative 13 divided by negative 1 is a positive 13. And that is your answer. And you can try in the calculator. 3 minus 13 will get you negative 10. All right, let's do one more. This one's probably a little easier. It looks weird, though. C divided by 2 plus 9 equals 14. You draw your line. You're C. Who's your best friend? Well, the person that's closest to you is that 2. Y'all are kind of hanging out together. So best friend's going to stay. We're going to get rid of this plus 9. So the opposite of adding 9 is subtracting 9. Subtract 9 on both sides. These go away. I bring down C over 2 equals 14 minus 9 is negative 5. And then the opposite of dividing by 2, if you remember, is multiplying by 2. So multiply by 2. C comes down. Negative 5 times 2 is negative 10. So when you're doing this, I need to see all that work. And you're going to see this in algebra. You're going to have to solve these equations all year long, not just once in the year. Every single day we're going to be doing this kind of stuff, and I need you to be able to do it. So if you have questions, raise your hand, let me know. If not, go to Khan Academy, and two-step equations is the module.